So how are we doing tonight, guys?
Woohoo!
Quite the show so far, man. I'm really impressed. We got any animal lovers in the house?
Cats.
Nice. I have two. My wife is a huge animal lover. I'm kind of more what you would call an animal liker. I don't really go to the level she goes to. I'll give you a perfect example. I love my wife. I like the cats. My wife tolerates me. She loves the cats. She also loves the birds in the yard, the roadkill we drive by, and she even has a soft spot for the mice that have invaded our kitchen. I probably shouldn't have dropped that in so casually. This was a big deal. The mice have invaded. They really have. They're there. You all know they're there. Fox News is talking about it right now. The fact is, I discovered the first of the insurgent mice near the stove, and through a round of intelligence gathering, Wikipedia, I discovered that their primary mode of weaponry is in fact chemical and biological. Small little landmines in the form of mouse poop that they leave laying around. And while that may sound innocent enough, little bitty mouse poop, this part's not a joke. It legitimately, these are the deer mice that were killing people in Yosemite last year with the hantavirus. If you disturb the mouse poop, it will kill you in a matter of days. That's not a joke. I could die. Isn't that exciting? But, so of course we had to take action. We can't just let these insurgent mice come in with their biological and chemical warfare. So I did what our administration, being animal lovers and likers alike, would do, and put out humane traps. We caught one mouse. It's been a couple weeks. Because we caught one and no others have arrived, I've determined he has to be the leader of the mice. Mo Mouse Gaddafi, if you will. And we caught him. We caught him good. And of course, we're not going to kill him. That would defeat the purpose of the humane trap. We were going to release him, but that meant we caught him at like 1 a.m. We weren't going to go out somewhere and release him then. So we had to keep him in essentially a POW camp that was constructed out of my wife's old hamster cage. So he had the life for the night. I mean, it was kind of like when they found Saddam and they gave him dental work. We gave him a wheel. We gave him food and water. I mean, he had it better than any of the other mice in our house. I'm sure of it. That is until the head of our guards, our cat Moppet, stepped in and started terrorizing our poor prisoner. We tried covering the cage with towels, we did all kinds of stuff, and she was terrorizing him. I'd never seen anything like it. He was shell-shocked. So, of course, we had to relieve Moppet of her duties. Unpaid suspension, mostly because you don't pay cats anyway. Unpaid suspension. And we are launching a full investigation to make sure that from here on out, our administration sticks to the Geneva Convention. We won't have any more incidents like this. And of course, I'm lying to you. Similar to how the politicians lie to us and say they're going to do the same thing. But in this case, I'm lying to you because our cats aren't people. You don't launch investigations into their behavior because cats aren't people. And for some of the animal lovers, that might be hard to hear. But I can prove it. I can prove it. If my cats were people, the first thing they would do when my wife comes home at the end of a hard day's work, they would look up at her and they would say, he didn't job hunt at all today. He was looking at porn. But they're not people, so they don't say that. Which is pretty great. But anyhow, back to the mice. We had to release them. And this actually became a bigger process than one would think. We had to find the right place to release them because just anywhere wouldn't do. I didn't want him near the house because he'd find a way back in. But my wife's concern was a little different. She wanted to make sure that we put him somewhere where he could find food, shelter, and potentially find a mate. So here I am on the front lines, fighting a war against biochemical terrorists in our own home, and my wife's biggest concern is whether or not we can get him laid. I have no idea if he ever got laid. We let him go. That's about it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have business cards for me and my comedy associate. You can check us out on YouTube. We have all kinds of stuff there. You guys have been great. Enjoy the rest of the show.